Will a pollution tax increase prices in dirty industries? Well, the answer is true. In fact, that's almost the intended effect. The tax reduces supply in dirty industries. This has the intended effect of reducing output in dirty industries and thereby reducing pollution. A pollution tax would also reduce the production from dirty industries more than it reduced production from green industries. The tax has the biggest impact on firms that are the dirtiest and the least impact on firms that are green. Therefore, green industries will see an increase in their demand because the price in dirty industries is rising, so their output should rise, while the output in the dirty industry should fall, which is exactly the intention of our policy. Pollution tax would increase the adoption of green technologies. Again, it's true. Firms have a stronger incentive to adopt green technologies. Going green reduces the tax bill paid. And finally, a pollution tax would increase research and development of green technologies. Firms are willing to pay more for R&D because the tax increases the benefit of new and greener technologies. Look at all the wonderful things that a pollution tax does. It provides market incentives for firms to do exactly what we want them to do. Finally, a pollution tax would create a fund that could be used to compensate bystanders adversely affected by pollution. Some numbers. We have two firms. Let's suppose that we want them to, they're currently producing 5 tons of pollution each. They're currently emitting 5 tons. We want them to abate their pollution by a total of 4 tons. All right. So right now they're emitting 5. Right now they're emitting a total of 10. We want pollution to go from 10 down to 6. So we want to abate a total of 4 tons of pollution. Now suppose we order each firm to abate 2 tons each. If they both abate 2 tons, firm A will pay $112 and firm B will pay $100. So the total cost of abatement will be $212 if my math is correct. Now, what's the cheapest way to abate pollution? Let's start off, where's it cheapest to abate the first ton? Firm A can do it or firm B can do it? Well, firm A has the lower marginal cost of the first ton, so if we only wanted to abate 1 ton, firm A should abate. Well, now where's the second cheapest ton to abate? Firm B can pay $45 to abate its first ton, or firm A can pay $72 to abate its second ton. Well, 45 is lower than 72, so the second ton we should abate would be the first ton at firm B. The third ton can either be the second ton at A or the second ton at B. Well, 55 is lower than 72, so the third ton should be the second ton abated at B. And in similar fashion, the fourth ton should be the third ton of abatement at B. So the cheapest way to abate 4 tons of pollution is to have firm A abate 1 ton and firm B abate 3 tons. Let's see what happens when we use this efficient way to abate tons. What happens to the total cost of abatement? Well, that doesn't matter. We'll plug on. Now, next question, how many tons would each firm abate if the government imposes a pollution tax of $65 per ton? Well, firm A would abate the first ton. Firm B would abate 1, 2, 3 tons. If we use a pollution tax of $65 per ton, firms will abate in exactly the way that minimizes the cost of abatement. Yay for the pollution tax.